course, we seek information about Americans who have disappeared in Assad's prisons, wherever they are. I was very pleased that Al-Shara had met with Deborah Tice. Austin Tice, of course, is very much in our hearts. We need to know where he is. But there are others as well. There are a number of Americans who we do not know what their condition is, where they are. So we call on the Syrian government to work with us to find those Americans, establish their fate. We are very keen and determined to see that Iran does not gain a foothold back in Syrian territory. We know that Iran continues to try and exploit this period of transition, and Iranian-backed groups like Hezbollah and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine should have no base, no foothold in Syria. This directly threatens U.S. interests, Israel's security. Let's keep Iran out of Syria. We count on the interim authorities to combat terrorism, especially from ISIS. We remain committed to that mission, and I would highlight the critical role that our crucial partners play, the Syrian Democratic Forces. They continue to play in degrading ISIS. We welcome the announcement of an agreement between the interim authorities and the SDF to integrate the Northeast into a unified Syria, very important development. We're watching how do these ceasefires and agreements develop, and how are they implemented in places like Aleppo, Tishreen Dam, Deir ez-Zor, Afrin. We recognize the implementation of these agreements are fraught with challenges, but the parties must come to a solution that ensures that ISIS and any other terror group can never again resurge in Syria. We must see the destruction of all chemical weapons and chemical weapons precursors in Syria. We note the positive engagement that the Syrian authorities have had with the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, the OPCW, based in The Hague. This is a very promising beginning, but we need to see the identification and the destruction of these weapons. We must see also that Syria becomes a state that adopts non-aggression principles towards neighboring states and finds and counters those who seek to stabilize the region. Heartened by the arrest this week of 2 leading members of Palestinian Islamic Jihad, more of that needs to take place. We recognize that Syria must have its own military and security structure, but are watching the implementation of this closely.